Everyone, it's Birdie here, the Recycled Hippie Chick. This is really my first video. I don't even know where I'm supposed to look on my phone to where it makes it look like I'm looking at you. I guess I'll figure all this stuff out. I don't even know. But I'm so excited to make a video because I watched Tiff on Southern Gal Designs and she put together a PVC pipe tripod. And so I was excited to try it. My husband helped me today put one together. I'm going to try to let you see it. Well, let's start down here. It's on the floor. Just PVC pipe. It goes up on the other side of my table. Right here. I put my phone in it. And it looks down over my workspace. So I'm excited. So I'm watching a lady named Jerry. I'm a copycat artist. Hello, my name is Birdie. I'm a copycat artist. Let me just put that out there. I see stuff, I get ideas and inspiration from it, and then I make it my own. Today, I'm watching Jerry. She is with Recycled Parts for Arts, and she's really fun. She's making a 3-pocket, I kind of call it a 6-pocket, anyway, in her art journal. I'm not instructional. I just want you guys to come play with me is all I want. I don't know the names of the colors and the brands and where I got what stencil. I don't know all that. I did get a few things for Christmas, but other than that, I just use stuff I find at garage sales and estate sales. So anyway, come join me on my video and let's see how it turns out. Okay, here we go. Birdie's first video. Welcome. Oh gosh, I hope I make a lot of new friends doing this. Okay, so here I am with my iPhone. It's not even an iPhone, it's an Android. I got started on this one day with Jerry and with Recycled Parts for Arts, and then I had to stop and go do something, I don't know what, and when I came back it had shut off and I couldn't find it again for the longest time. So all I got was my little base coat painted on it. What it was she had 2 pages in her art journal and she had taken several pages and folded them down and painted them, and then we're going to attach them later to be one big pocket at the top. And then on either side, there will be 2 little small pockets to put tags or whatever. So I'm going to get started with that. And let's see where it turns out. Let's see if we can keep up with old Jerry. Okay, so I am not an instructional teacher, okay? I'm basically this lonely gardener who is off in the winter time. I gotta get a rag already. Okay. I'm a lonely gardener who does not work in the winter time. And I go through these moody blues. And I work from March through November. And I have several clients and I go do their yards, flower beds and stuff. And I thought, you know what, why don't I, instead of sitting and watching all the YouTube videos and then go out in my art studio, which is our 2-car garage, why don't I start videoing all of my crazy adventures? So that's what I'm going to do this winter. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. And whatever I do, crazy as it may seem, I'm going to bring you with me. If you want to come, welcome. If you don't, I wish you well and find somebody else that you're interested in, right? Okay. I basically just want somebody to visit with. I'm here all day by myself. Me and 3 dogs. And I just want to be able to play and visit. And I thought maybe somebody out there would like to play also. So I'm just, oh, cool. So this is an old letter. My father recently passed away, and I've been going through their pictures and stuff. And ran across some old letters, Some were in German that I had no idea what they said. I knew my kids would give a flip one day when I'm gone about it. So I thought, you know what? Why not just put them in my art journals? I will know what they are. I will enjoy them. And they'll get new life. And they just won't be stuck in a box waiting for my kids to sell them at my estate sale. So here we go. I'm going to put some of those on. And I watched several people, totally different from one another. I watch Lori Marie Jenkins. I watch Shannon Green, who are polar opposite of each other. I know, but sometimes I'm in a polar opposite mood, you know? Sometimes I just want to giggle my head off. I turn on Shannon. Sometimes I'm really serious about figuring out how to do something in my art journal. I turn on Lori Marie. Sometimes I jump over and watch Jerry on Recycled Arts, Parts for Art. And when I'm in a hurry and I just want to get some art out of my system and on a page, I watch Tiff with Southern Gal Designs. She's showing me how to not think about what I'm doing. Just put some stuff down and get on with it. I'm so afraid that the whole world's going to see all this stuff that I'm worried about what it looks like. And really, this art journal is just for me. Nobody may ever see it except for you guys. So I really shouldn't give a flip. It's not like it's going on display at a fancy art show or anything. I don't have a clue about what I'm doing with taping, so this is all just a big experiment with me. If I figure it out, fine. I'm not going to go buy some fancy camera and all that good jazz until I figure out what I'm doing. Maybe my phone will be fine. I'm going to dry. Notice my funky hand signals? That's going to tell me later when I'm editing where I can fast forward. Am I not brilliant or what? Now, I'm not going to wait till it's completely dry. I'm just going to go ahead, put some gesso on it. I guess it's all about layers, they say. So I'm practicing with my layers. One thing that's kind of hard for me to do, I better get me a baby wipe. Something that's kind of hard for me to do is I'll get something to where I think it's cute and I really know I should keep going, but it's so hard to cover up what I've already done. So I'm practicing all that, especially with a focal. I will see a picture in a magazine and it is so gorgeous and I want to use it in my art journal, but I'm scared to death to cut it or tear it, you know, all that good stuff, paint over it, stencil over it, whatever. So I'm working on that. I don't know what the deal is with that. I've got to learn. It's going to be beautiful in the end and in a different way, but it's still going to be beautiful. Now Jerry did the inside of her pockets, she said, just in case you were able to see down in there for some reason. So I'm going to do it. I was at an estate sale. I do clean outs. And you know, sometimes I get the whole whatever's left in the estate sale free. And so I got some of these fancy, I don't know if you can see that, some of these fancy brands of stuff that I would never buy on my own. Sorry, Liquitex, but Golden, some of these things I just can't afford. I'm sorry. They're just too expensive. So when they're gone, I got to go back to whatever's cheap or head out to a sale and get, you know, get something I can find at a sale again. But man, I'm using this stuff like gold because I know when it's gone, it's gone. And I'm about out. And here I am wiping it off with a baby wipe. Oh, how crazy is that? You know what? I haven't done this part yet. So stop, Amy. You've seen the squirrel. Okay. I'm going to dry a little bit again. Drying back. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling. Here, there, and yonder. I'm just learning all of this stuff. You guys, I've just started art journaling this is probably the end of my first year. So this is all completely new to me. I figure if I can do it, anybody can do it. I will tell you one thing I did was Shannon Green's Journaling by Fives, and I have had a blast with that. I am an overthinker, and a lot of times it'll take me a week to do a couple pages. Look at me zipping through here because, see, I'm not thinking right now. I'm just doing this because I don't want to take all your time up because y'all don't want to sit there and watch me for 3 hours putting together an art journal. But I would overthink colors, placement, everything. And Shannon Green's Journaling by Fives gets you out of that. You only have a certain amount of time to get all of your pages done. By the time you get done, you've done like a 15-page art journal in an hour and a half. I mean, bada bing, bada boom. So it has really helped me. One thing that I did is I'm a member of a camping group called Sisters on the Fly. And last year we went down to Roaring River State Park and camped. And I took my Journaling by Fives because I wanted to do it with a girlfriend. She wanted to learn about it. So I took about enough stuff for 2 of us to do, you know, a couple journals. And all the other sisters saw what we were doing. And before you know it, we had a table full of people. We had people wanting to do it but didn't have the supplies. And we had, by the time we were finished, had planned another camp out for next spring and entitling it Art in the Park. And we're just going to do art journaling. How cool is that? That I have introduced my craze that I'm learning about on YouTube to all these other sisters who are going to get involved. Uh-oh. I can see my tripod may get hit and wiggle for a while, so I may have to tweak that. Sorry. Hit it with my hat. So I am so excited for April to get here so I can go down and we can all... I mean, there were like 45 of us there this year. It could be crazy. But we're going to do several projects. Some ladies wanted to paint rocks. Some ladies wanted to do, what did they want to do? Altered bottles or something. I don't remember what. Some ladies wanted to do art journals. So we're just going to set up a bunch of tables out in the middle of the park. And we're going to whatever you want to do. Bring supplies, do whatever you want to do, and sit and just visit and laugh and do art together. So I guess I better figure out what I'm doing, huh? I know my arm's probably in your way. Sorry. All right. Now, let's see here. I'm running out of clean sponge. But she put a little dab of black on there. So I'm going to try it too. There's this one little gal I've watched. Oh my gosh, you guys, she is so adorable. She's down in Georgia. Oh, Evelyn. I think her name's Evelyn. What is her name? Anyway, she is this elderly lady down in Georgia, and she does cement. She does a lot of stuff. But she's been doing this summer, I've been watching her do cement castings of leaves in her garden. She's been making bird baths out of pebbles and rocks. That girl is a go-getter, and she is just the cutest little thing. And I thought, you know what? If she can do it, if Evelyn can figure this dang thing out, surely I can. So she's really given me encouragement to step out and try this out of my comfort zone. Because you know what? I respect anybody who does YouTube videos. This is not as easy as it looks. I've probably been thinking about this for a year. And wouldn't it be fun to have like an Etsy, not sure what it's called, store? And some of the stuff that I make or put together, I could then say, hey, it's because what am I going to do with all this stuff? It's fun putting it together, but I can't keep it all. That maybe somebody would come get it out of my Etsy store or Etsy store, whatever it's called. So anyway, that would be fun, but geez, let's just get the videoing figured out, right? I'm going to dry for just a second. Now I'm going to try to bring some of my gesso back. Let's see here. She grunged hers up. I don't remember which she did first. Grunged it up or put the gesso on. But I'm going to put the gesso on. And I'm going to use... I'm practicing with my palette knife. Tiff on Southern Girl Designs. She makes it look so easy. She's excellent with her palette knife. So I'm practicing. I love the way she scrapes it on. See, sometimes mine looks too blobby when I do it. So there is an art to it. Isn't it looking cool? I'm happy. I hope you guys get some encouragement that you don't have to have all the fancy equipment and stuff. Listen, you guys, I don't hardly pay for anything. I can't afford it. I'm not, you know, I'm the hired hand. I'm the gardener. Get out there and get to garage sailing. Pick you up some supplies. You know, my paints are 50 cents. What I don't find at a garage sale in a box full for a couple bucks. Walmart's 50 cents a bottle. I mean, come on. We can't beat that. Mod Podge. I do have to buy Mod Podge. I do have to show you this big machine that I got. It's called a Crop-A-Dial. I did not buy this. I was watching Lori Marie Jenkins use one on her video, and I don't know if Jerry's going to use one to poke holes. We're going to hook these together. I've got her on pause right now, but we're going to poke holes and lace these up. I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dial, but we went over to my daughter's house to fix her sewer, and sure enough, in her basement, I saw that Crop-A-Dial. And I'm like, what the heck? And she said, well, I was into scrapbooking at one time, and I had one, and she let me bring it home and use it. So what a blessing that is. Okay, so now I'm going to, Jerry used black to grunge it up. I'm going to use some of this Distress ink. I'm going to attempt it. It may not turn out, but I'm going to attempt it. Putting some distressed ink on there and see if I can grunge it. I'm going to do it in small areas and kind of work it so I can get it while it's still kind of wet. I like the brown. That's where, you know, you got to take it and make it your own. I'm going to go around the edges. This is therapy for me, you guys. 9 years ago, my mom had Alzheimer's. Started with her journey. She passed away, it'll be 4 years this February. And, you know, I bring all that home. I would go over there. I'd go to work until noon. That's part of the reason I'm a gardener, because I can set my own schedule. I could go to doctor's offices with my mom and dad and visits. And, you know, then I could stay the rest of the day with them. Get them fed, medicated, all that good stuff, bathed. And when I got home, I had to... My husband said, girl, I'm going to lose you before I lose them. You are stressed to the max. And I had to find something. I had to find something to take my mind off of stuff and de-stress. So I turned my 2-car garage into an art studio. And I would have friends over, and we would paint. Other friends who were also going through what I'm going through, I just lost my dad last month. My mom had dementia, and then in the middle of all that, my dad had a massive stroke. And so it put him in a dementia also. So I took care of them as long as I could until I had to put him in a nursing home. And then go up there 3 times a week and visit. But other people who was going through what I'm going through would come over, and we would call this our art therapy. We would just sit here in my art studio and paint and talk and cry and get advice from one another, and it's been fantastic. So this has literally been therapy for me. And now I have found the art journaling, and I'm just going to continue on with it. Okay, so I'm going to make this a stopping point for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and flip over and do this side just like I did the other one, and I'll meet you back here when I'm done, okay? Okay, everyone. I have never used one of these Crop-A-Dials in my life. But I have watched Lori Marie do it, so I'm going to attempt it. I don't quite know how I'm going to get it through all 3 of these. I think I might turn it on its side. Let's see which one. Okay. And a little needle hole puncher thing comes down. Let's see what happens. Voila. I'm just trying to line them up with some holes I put on my page. I put 2 holes in each of my sections. You guys listen, I'm not instructing you on how to do this. If you want to know how to do this page, and if you like it at the end of my shenanigans here, then go to Recycled Parts for Art and watch Jerry's tutorial. She's very good at instruction. And I know this was called the Altered Book Series, pocket page number 3. I do not know how, you know, some people go, and I will put that down at the bottom, you know, I'll give you their site or whatever. I don't know how to do that yet. Good Lord, I don't even know if I'm going to know how to put this on video. So, you guys go search that. You're probably pros at this stuff already. And if you want to work along with her, she is a great teacher. Yes. You know why I'm doing it sideways? Is because I wanted all these pages to be lined up. You know, I didn't want them to be off if I turn it the way it's supposed to be. I was afraid they'd be off, if that makes any type of sense. Trying to work around my phone cord. Wondering why it didn't go through. Maybe it did. Jeez Louise, I don't know. This may be a mess. Jerry put 3 holes in hers, and I'm thinking, I don't think I'm going to need 3 holes. So I may totally bash this up. But, as Lori Marie says, she keeps everything positive. So I'm sure it will be beautiful. I've got to concentrate on being positive this year and not be such a negative Nancy. I swear I'm an Eeyore. Oh my gosh. If it could turn out bad, it will. That's how I think. And I want to stop that. I want to stop that cycle. My mom was like that. I want to be positive about everything. Okay. So, what I got here is, I don't know what this is. Some type of a knitting yarn. I'm going to push this forward so you can see. So, I got a big old fat needle with a big hole in it. I got some of this weird funky knitting yarn, which not really yarn. It looks more like ribbon. And I found some of this twine or jute or something at a junk store. So, that's what I'm using. I put them both together so I could have one for strength and one for beauty. And I'm just zigzagging it through those holes. And hopefully at the end, it will hold my pockets together. I don't know, I may go back down through it. We'll have to see what happens at the top. I don't remember what Jerry did. So that's when you got to wing it and figure it out on your own. Oh boy. Figure out why you got knots. There we go. There we go. Should I just think that's going to hold it okay? I wonder if I should go over the top and go back through it. It's kind of cute every other like that, isn't it? Let's do it. Let's just see what happens. We'll go through the first hole, see if we have enough room for everything. And if we don't, we won't. I think we're going to be able to do it. Looky there. Looky there. We're going to be sewers before you know it. Isn't it fun? I know my husband thinks I'm a freakazoid, but I just love, you know, we are a breed, those of us who like art journals and altered books. We are a breed all of our own, because I have explained to people what I'm doing, and my husband, and they look at me with this dumbfounded look like, what? What's the purpose of it? There is no purpose. What are you putting in there? Whatever I like. What do you do with it at the end? Nothing. You put it on your coffee table and look at it. So we are definitely our own breed. Okay, looky there. I broke my twine, so that was perfect timing. I'm going to take my scissors and cut that off. And I'm going to tie it at the bottom right here. And I'm going to hang some dingle dangles on it. So I'm going to do the other side. And I'm going to put my dingle dangles on it, and then I'm going to come back and show you at the end. Okay, here we are back. I have got both sides done. I will tell you, Jerry had a great idea. She started at the bottom of this one when she sewed up, and then on this one she started at the top. That way you have a little dingle dangle hanging down from the top if you want to, and you have a little dingle dangle hanging down at the bottom. And as you can see, I have a couple little charms I added onto that. So I went into my stash and I found some little tags that I had made. I'm just going to stick these in here. What I will probably do later is I'll probably exchange these for some with some areas, maybe some little notes I'll slide in here, because when I get this all put in here, that's a lot of stuff hanging out of it. I've got a big one here for the top, a little bear with all kinds of hangy stuff on it. I'm going to put that in the big one in the center, which works out perfectly because it just comes to the edge of the book when you shut it. So that's kind of cool. Flip these over. See how many are gathering on there. And if you like dingle dangles, then this will probably work out fine for you. So I'm just sticking them in there. The little dingle dangles will hang out. But I will probably trade them out later for some journaling stuff. Don't quite know what I'm going to do over here on these. I kind of feel like they need a focal point. But as of right now, I'm just going to take my Stabilo All pencil. And remember, I put those little pieces of text in there. I glued those in there. I'm struggling with this. I don't know whether I should go over them with my Stabilo All or leave them. So I'm going to go for it. What the heck. And just spit and smudge around the edges of them, just to kind of define them a little bit. You don't have to. Remember, this is your journal. You do with what you want. I just thought, what the heck, I want to see what it's going to look like. Jerry did trace around hers. She added a lot more pencil and doodling on hers than what I'm going to do to mine, but you'll see when you go to hers, you see that even though I've copied off of her concept, they look completely different. Because, of course, our stencils are different. She uses a different pencil than I do. You know, all these little things that you have to modify it because of what you have at home. It makes it yours. Now, I don't know if y'all know about the Stabilo. As you can see, I'm spitting on my finger and rubbing it. So that means it is water soluble. So, when I first started doing my art journals, I felt like a page was not complete unless I had gone over the whole thing with Mod Podge again to seal it. And I love the shiny, glossy. I loved getting that finish to it. Quickly learned that will make a mess with your Stabilo All. because it reactivates it and sends it smearing everywhere. So I'm trying to stay away from the ceiling. I'm trying to learn to love the mat. I'm trying to learn that. I don't know what it looks like to you guys, but I did go around it earlier, remember, with that ink pad, that brown. So I'm going to go over it a little with my Stabilo All just to darken it a little bit because I think it should be a little darker. I guess to match the papers that I'm going around. So what do you think? Is this not fun or what? I hope you guys get your little projects out, and I know a lot of people do this live and they can visit with each other. Lordy, lordy, I don't think I could do that. Whoops. Flip it over. I'm just going to take these out while I do it so I can see what I'm doing. I may, yeah, because I've got some over here I didn't get to either, did I? Those are a little overwhelming for me, so I will probably definitely just put some little notes in there. It's a little too much dingle-dangle for my taste. I like this one. Okay. Do you guys mind hanging out with me while I do this, or should I shut it off during these times and just show you at the end? I'm going to go ahead and shut it off and show you at the end. Okay, everybody. What do you think? It's done. I've got everything spit and smudged with my Stabilo All. And I've got my tags in there. Quite a flip to get the page turned. But there it is. It's finished. My art journal's getting pretty fat. Don't know if you can see that, but there's a lot of stuff hanging off of there. I will tell you, this is one of my favorite pages right here that I did with Lori Marie Jenkins. I added my own little sewn pocket. This is napkin that I decoupaged in there. Then this is a little pocket that I have a little tag in. Don't know if you can see that. But anyway, that was one of my first things I did with Lori Marie on her page. You'll have to go check her out. Another napkin. I'm just having fun, you guys. This is just enjoyable to me. This one's not done. I did want to staple a little bit of an old doily on there, and you know, I'm starting, but I don't have a focal point or anything. I'm just not finished with it. Always something to do. Just a quick little flip through here of stuff I'm starting on. Here's a little coffee filter. I go to Starbucks and get their grounds for your garden, and their coffee filters are massive. So I sewed me a little pocket out of one and glued it in there. I love it. This is cute. Don't remember where I got this idea. I always see ideas on YouTube. That's always, you know, that's always where I get my idea. This is just a red hot mess right now, but I'm not done. I'll finish, come up with something someday. Just little things I glue in that I'm not finished. It's always a work in progress. That one, of course, is the one I did today. This one, it just doesn't quite go with either side of it. This little pocket that I stuck in there. A couple little pieces of junk mail out of the mail that I got. I wonder if there's one in here. This one's here. This is one I did with Lori Marie. This is a pocket going up and a pocket going down, and then the focal point through the center. And she showed me how to use alcohol on your watercolor to make these cool, funky little spots. Really fun. Thank you, Lori Marie. And I also want to say thank you to Jerry at Recycled Parts for Arts for showing me how to do what I did today. I hope you guys will just come hang with me And I'm hoping I get better at what I do. This is my first one. But you know what? I should have been videoing all these. This is on voting day. I did this one. And this one I'm working on. Somehow I want to make this a little, I don't know what. This one's done. Little reverse collage, I think it's called. So that was fun. I think Dee Dee Willingham showed me how to do this one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who. I don't remember. But anyway, I hope you guys join me again. And I had fun doing this. And I hope this is the beginning of a long journey ahead of nothing but fun and freedom. Bye-bye from Birdie.